January 6th, 5:44 a.m. and I'm doing a market analysis on Nas100, specifically looking at the micros chart, so MNQ. Also, I have NQ here for minis, but I'm going to stay on the micros chart because they look about the same, and I take my entries off the micros chart. Like, I trade micros right now, not minis. So, all right. I'm looking at the daily time frame right here, and the market condition, it's trending right now. It was on an uptrend starting from here. This is Monday, is August 5th. Let's follow that trend. Look at what's going on here. This is on the daily time frame. Now we created a lower high and a lower low. So here it looks like the market is shifting to a downtrend. It looks like it started downtrending here. This was the turning point. This was December 17th, Tuesday, December 17th. Now it looks like we are going on a downtrend. And now this analysis is for supply and demand. This is how I analyze the market. I trade supply and demand. So, but I like to start by looking at the trend because to me, supply and demand is a trending strategy. So you have to be aware of where the trend is at. Like I said, it was on an uptrend. It looks like it will downtrend now. We are above the 200 EMA. So technically this still shows, at least on the daily time frame, it shows that we are on an uptrend. Now I will remove those objects. Now let's look at supply zones because we are in a downtrend now currently. And here is the first supply zone. If you don't know how to find supply and demand zones, I have a playlist in my channel that teaches you the supply and demand strategy, the way that I trade it. It's there. Just go on the playlist for futures. It's something about start here. It will say start here. I just don't remember the specific name right now, but just go there and the video's there. The video is actually titled The Secret Strategy That Wall Street Doesn't Want You to Know. That is where I teach you supply and demand. But all right, we see the first supply setup here win. That's the first one. Now there is another one here, and that's what we're entering currently. So I would warn, if you're taking your entries, I would warn against taking long positions, against buying. If you're scalping, you could pull it off. You just have to be careful because the market is prime for sales. Right now we are approaching a supply zone. So here, if you're buying like on the 5-minute time frame, you still have opportunities to buy. Even when we enter this supply zone, you may still have an opportunity, a little bit in here. But at some point, honestly, anywhere after you enter the supply zone, you just have to be careful. So, okay, that's the supply zone. I will leave that one there. I got rid of this zone here because it already got tapped into and it won. So, but now we're going into a second supply zone. So now we could go down to the 4-hour time frame. And this is my top-down analysis, like I have it on the title. So I start on the daily. I move down to the 4-hour time frame. Now, let me draw the next supply zone, which is here. This is the 4-hour supply zone. This one was the daily. Okay, so look at this. On the 4-hour time frame, it was here in a downtrend, going down to the 1-hour time frame. We are in a short term uptrend, but we are very close to this daily supply. I do think we could reach that 4-hour supply. So I think we're still going to be in an uptrend up until that point. Now, since we are in an uptrend, I'm looking at demand setups here. And all of the EMAs right now are telling us that we are in an uptrend. And there is a demand setup right here. Now that is a very small zone, so you have to be careful with that. Especially if the market comes down from up there, and depending on momentum, I think the market will break through that demand zone. Okay. Now this is on the 1-hour. This is a 1-hour demand. The 15-minute. Okay, there is an opportunity here. So far, this is the best opportunity I see right now. I don't take my entries off the 15, but what I would be doing, and this is most likely how I will be trading this year, is I will look for entries on the 15 or opportunities on the 15. So for example, here there is a 15-minute demand. And inside of this 15-minute demand, I will look for a 5-minute demand. So like here, there is a 5-minute demand right in here. Now this is a demand that I would usually consider. Only problem with this is that the market is on an uptrend, and to go into this 5-minute demand, it would actually be on a downtrend. It will have to break structure to the downside. So that may not be a good demand actually after all. But as of right now, it is a good 15-minute setup, meaning that it could go into the 15 and not the 5. So it could do this. It could do something like this. And then it could just go up. But as of right now, that is the opportunity that I see on the 15-minute time frame. Now going into the 5, there is still room. There is still room to go into that supply zone for the daily and the 4-hour supplies. Now here, this is the only demand setup that I see currently. I will share this one on Discord because this is a demand setup, a high probability demand setup. So they will get this one in real time. 5-minute HP demand. I'll put their MNQ for NAS micros. And we have the EMAs in our favor, all of them. It may be a little high, but it is the setup that is available currently. So let me share this on Discord so they get this in real time. MNQ 5-minute HP demand setup. I am sharing it there. And all right, so there's somebody here already. Okay. So yeah, I'm trading this is pre-market, or technically about to be an overlap between London session and New York session. So there are people already trading this, but there is a setup. So, and that's it. I don't go into the 1 minute. Although if you like to look at the 1 minute, it is going on a downtrend right now, on a temporary downtrend. And I think it's going into this 5-minute demand setup. Now, after this point, the way that I trade is that I stay on the 5-minute chart, but I do have the higher time frame setups here, like the zones. So now, for example, if let's say that the market took this 5-minute demand and it won, like it went up, and then it just comes back down and it starts going in a downtrend. If there is a setup that forms near this 15-minute demand, I'm not going to sell against it. I'm gonna wait for the market to either break this zone and then I'll take sales or a supply setup, but I don't trade against higher time frame setups. So that has been my top-down analysis for MNQ and NQ. Like I said, the charts are looking the same. So sometimes there are slight variations. That's why I'm not going to say here that they are the same. I have seen variations, but usually they are pretty close. But this has been my top-down analysis. Any questions, let me know in the comments. I try to explain it as best as possible, but of course, I do have videos where I explain the supply and demand strategy. So just go in my channel, go to the playlist that I have on Start Here. And you know what? Let me look for the name because I want you to have the resources. I want you to have the right information. So right now I am going to the playlist and here it is. It's called Futures Trading Essentials. Start Here. And the name of the video that you want to watch if you don't understand what I'm doing is called The Secret Trading Strategy That Wall Street Doesn't Want You to Know. And he says it, supply and demand. Go through that video. It's only 11 minutes and 28 seconds long. I go literally through the very basics. I show you how to draw the zone. I show you how to find the gaps. I showed you everything that you need to know. If you're in Discord, you will get to see a lot more than what you're seeing on YouTube. On YouTube, I am sharing definitely, like the knowledge, I'm sharing it. It's just that the real-time information where you're going to get that is going to be on Discord because I'm locked in with everybody that's locked in. I want you to go ahead and like this video so that other traders could see it, so that they could benefit from it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like I said, because I'm not selling a course. My information, the way I trade, the way I look at the market, it's all here for free. So even if you're not on Discord, at least you will get a lot of value in this channel. You will get a lot of value here. You could ask me any question. I will answer it. Leave it in the comments. If you want a little bit of more direct guidance, you could easily reach out to me on Instagram. I look at everything, the DMs. I look at all, like literally the requests. I know how to find the new messages. So if you send me a message, I'm looking at that every day. I will more than gladly help you. Any questions that you have, let me know. I'm not going to charge anybody for questions. I'm not going to charge anybody for that. At the end of the day, I want you to win.